All right, guys. Hey, man, listen. Just wanted to touch base with y'all, and I know this is kind of like an impromptu live. I didn't kind of promote this, but I just wanted to give y'all some late night Harley talk. Okay, some of the new stuff that's coming out right now, you'll be able to see, coming up in the near future. But what are some of the things that are coming out for 2025 for Harley Davidson? And one of the bikes that I'm really looking forward to is the Road Glide Limited. Some of the things that I want them to do to the bike, some of the things I've been hearing that the bike is going to have adaptive ride height on it. I really don't know. That's kind of like rumorville. I've heard that it's going to change the to the integrated turn signals in the front to where it looks like the 2024 Road Glide. So that is something that I am looking forward to. The Road Glide Limit is supposed to be a little bit spacious. The suspension is supposed to be a little bit better on it. It is still liquid cooled. What I want to see is how if they do the liquid cool like how they did it in 24, where it has the little tube on the side, or if they do the radiator and the hose and all of that good stuff. But it should be a model change. I think it's going to be a little bit more sleek. We have not gotten any pictures of the Road Glide Limited yet. So there are no pictures of it. All of the stuff that's out online right now is all like AI generated, fake me out stuff. So it's not really anything that is actually popular or that is actually factual right now. Harley will be releasing the new color schemes probably later next month. They always generally do it about 2 or 3 weeks before the actual uh, the actual launch, which is going to be probably the first week in January. They launch all of the new models, meaning everything that was a repeat from the previous year. They go ahead and put that out. When they do the specialty bikes, anything that specially come out, they generally save that for the official launch. Generally, that's like the third week in January. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it goes. Um, I do know that they are rolling out a 2025 Road Glide CVO ST. It's going to be a different color option this year, so that is something cool to look forward to. Once again, I do not know the color option, but we'll see how it works from there. Um, the uh, the one thing that I am thinking is that Harley is going to leave everything the same, right? The displacement, the compressions. As far as the specs of the bike, I think it's just going to stay the same. I just think they're going to do a different color option in 2024. I'm sorry, 2025. So that is a good thing, I think. I really did like the 2024 CVO Road Glide ST. Um, I loved all of the different modes. It was one of the bikes that had the most modes between track and track plus and road and rain and sport. All of the different modes give you a different type of feel on the bike. It was really kind of cool how it feels like you could ride five different bikes into one. I just thought that that was pretty amazing there. So we'll see what's going to happen. Now, one thing that I gotta let you guys know, man, uh, I don't know how I feel about this either. Like, it's really been coming to, it's like all over the net. I've been doing some research on it. I can't find out. I've called people around Harley, but they are talking about coming out with a Harley scooter. Now, I am. I really honestly don't know how I feel about this. I really honestly don't know. I don't know if I like it for the inner city commute. I kind of think that's what it is. Harley is kind of going off script. If the keyword is if they decide to do this, this is only a rumorville, so nothing has been confirmed yet. But I have been seeing the rumblings online, and obviously I pay attention to these things. And Harley has not released anything yet officially saying that, but I wish I could show you guys some of the pictures of these. Let me see if I could. Let me see if I could show you some of the pictures real quick. Let me see if you could see this. This is kind of what it's supposed to be looking like. Mm, da. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can give y'all this. See if y'all can see this. This is coming from my phone, but that is kind of what. Uh-oh. Let's see here. There we go. That's kind of what it's supposed to look like. That's one of the pictures. That's another picture of it. You see, these are some of the different pictures of the bikes, so, you know, so these are some, like I said, some of the different Harley scooters. Once again, I haven't confirmed it, still doing research on it, still trying to figure it out. But I am. We're gonna see how this works. Hey, would you get a Harley scooter? Like on the real, would you get? Would you pick up a Harley scooter? Like maybe you ride it around your apartment complex. Maybe you go back and forth to work and you plug it in. Maybe for my commuter guys who catch the subway and the train and all of that kind of stuff. Maybe you pop it on the train and then you hop off. Maybe you ride it around your community. Hey, listen, man. I don't know. I don't think the Harley scooter is for me. I don't know if that's per se, but we're going to see what's happening with everything that's going on. Okay, so I will definitely keep you guys posted and see what's happening as far as the Harley scooter is concerned. But we're going to go from there. Now, one other bike that I hope that Harley comes back out with is the Road King, right? Like, so in 2020, Harley stopped making the Road King along with the Softail Deluxe. I've given up hope on the Deluxe coming back. That is just a milestone bike, and I really wish that Harley would make that back up. But it doesn't sound like they're going to do that. I don't think that that's going to happen. So we'll see as far as that's concerned if they come back out. But the Road King, man, and I don't want you to do anything to it. Maybe a different color, but I need a black Road King. I need maybe a two-tone Road King, and give me some kind of blue or something like that, right? But I really would like to see the Road King come back. I am a chrome bike kind of guy. Do you guys like chrome? I know what's that called? Blackout is very popular right now. So I do know that Blackout is very popular right now. Comment in the chat if you think that if you are more of a chrome person or you are more of a Blackout kind of guy, right? Or gal, right? So I know it's a lot of lady riders out there, and I see them, and they're on a mixture of different things. Like it's not just a one lopsided way where one's blackout or one whether they're all chrome. But we're going to go back to that Road King, and hopefully we can get that Road King. Bring back the Road King Harley Davidson, right? Like we really want the Road King back. We're gonna start a revolt. Bring back the Road King. That's kind of like one of the most iconic bikes in Harley, and I just don't know why they took it off. I really would wish I could say, like, you know what, guys, what made you guys take off the Road King? What made you guys take off the Softail Deluxe? Like, I got a couple of bikes that I feel like they should stop making. I'm glad they stopped making the Fat Bob. Jesus, man, that bike, man. I know a lot of people liked it, but that bike, man, it just rode hard. I didn't like the riding upright position. It made me feel like it was pushing my back up like this when you ride. And so maybe that's what it was. I didn't like those off-road tires on the Fat Bob, me personally. I know it gave it like a street look, but it wasn't really my thing. So the Fat Bob could have went. What else bike could have went? The Nightster. Oh, now a lot of people like the Nightster. But I think that the 883 was more of an iconic, sporty. It got people into riding. It got them to it got the younger crowd into riding. It gave that cafe racer kind of look. It brought ladies into riding because it was a lighter bike. It brought people into riding because it was a perfect beginner bike to start on. It helped build rider confidence and rider safety. You know, between being on a much lighter bike on something that they felt like they can handle. Okay, so once again, man, like I said, we really want the Road King and the 883 back and the Deluxe. I'm putting in a bid for all three of them, right? Give me back all three, the 883, the Road King, and the Deluxe. Is there, man, shoot a message out if it's something that you want to see Harley bring back. I had somebody ask me the other day for the FXDR. Now, if you don't know what the FXDR is, let me look this up real quick. I'm gonna give you guys like a a real quick look of what this bike is like, and we're gonna show it to you. Here, give me 2 seconds here. Give me 2 seconds. Show you guys what the FXDR looks like. All right, and then that way you can see what everybody's going crazy over. They really like this bike. Harley did this bike to kind of like compete with the V Rod, and not the V Rod. They shouldn't say compete, but Harley wanted to go into his own thing. On the V Rod, they made those Porsche motors, um, and that was kind of like the partnership at the time when Harley was trying to compete to be one of the fastest bikes. But that is the FXDR. You see that? Let's get over here. There we go. That's the FXDR right there. Okay. FXDR, that motorcycle was like a spinoff of the V Rod. That was kind of like Harley's version of the V Rod. Did not perform the way that we thought it would, but it kind of is what it is, right? It still had the 114 motor in it. It was still liquid cool. It was the only Softail that was liquid cool in that year, and I think that came out in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. 2019, I think it was, or 2018. One of those 2 years, the FXDR came out. So it's just kind of like something cool to see. Like that. That's kind of what Harley. A lot of people have been requesting that bike. What is a famous old school bike that you would like to see come back? Like one of my favorite old school bikes is the Softail Springer. Damn, did I'm still live? Hello?
What you doing?
I'm going live right now.
You would?
I'm going live.
Oh.
Yeah, let me call you right back.
All right.
All right, so yeah, sorry about that, guys. So just had a I don't know why my phone rang in between that, but it's all good. Okay, so yeah, so like I said, they have different bikes going in and out of there. So once again, man, just some of the different styles that you like to see, some of the different bikes that you'd like to come back, some of the different things going on within the system, as far as Harley is concerned. So the old school bike that I really like to see is that Softail Springer, right? I really like that anniversary edition. That's one of my favorite bikes there, the black and silver anniversary edition. And I just really love that motorcycle for the class, for the style that it had. I love the badging on it, the solo seat with the Springer front end. It was just really like a cool little thing to do. So Let's see. I don't think the 883 is coming back, but HD needs to pay some attention to those Sportsters and Sawtails if they want to keep the new riders coming in. They need more options in the $10,000 to $15,000 range. Hey, Big John, man, listen. I totally agree with you, brother. Totally agree with you. And one of the now what they did was in that Softail standard, the FXST, they kind of made that at a price point. I think the MSRP on that is like 13,000. That was one of the famous bikes that is out right now at that price range. And so it's a good thing to see that. That 883, man, I really want that bike. Like I said, Big John, I really want that bike to come back, man. That is something that is really um, important to Harley Davidson, the company. And so that is what we are. That is what we're trying to, hopefully get them to come on. Now, one of the things I think they won't bring the 883 back, why I think they will bring it back is because that Nightster, that new Rev Max motor, man, it's not really doing what I thought it was going to do. I mean, Harley sales showed that the unit is moving, but it's not really doing what it's supposed to do. So I really couldn't tell you. I really hope that it does. I know that they are going to start making those Nightsters over in somewhere overseas now. So they're gonna be doing that, but they are catering more to that market where there's a small market, a small bike market. Where like in India and Asia and Thailand, they don't really ride touring bikes like that, like real big like that. They more so ride like mopeds, and maybe that Harley scooter that we talked about will be on there. So we can kind of go and see from there and see what's and see how it's working. But as far as bikes that I would love to see, that's kind of what we are. That's kind of what we are doing right now, and then we would like to go from there, right? So that's kind of where we're at with that. So I also think that we should. Also, hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. All right. So yeah, I also think that we should, bring back the night train, right? Like that night train motorcycle is absolutely amazing. Also, that is a bike that will always be a classic in whatever it is that we're doing. And like I really like, I think the night train was one of the first ones to be blacked out, if I'm not mistaken. It's either the night train or the night rod. That was kind of like the V rod with the spinoff. So I really like that motorcycle too. Another thing another bike that I really wish that they would come back with is the Softail Custom Convertible. Do you guys remember that bike? Like that was one of the bikes that had like the suspension on it, and they kind of made it so where they are. It was kind of like like a CVO kind of ride for a Softail. So we really look forward to that, and we want that bike to come back. Any other bike that you guys wish that would come back, just drop a comment in the chat. Hey, Big John, man, I appreciate you showing some love, man. We got like Harley after hours right now, boy. It's 1:30 in the morning. We going late night crew. I'm glad to see some of you guys are still up with me, right? But so these are some of the bikes and some of the things. So, like I said, man, just to do a quick recap. That Harley Davidson with the scooter, man, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. I just can't wait to see it. Maybe you get that. That's a good way. Just thinking from a positive standpoint. Maybe that's a good way to get the kids into Harley, right? Maybe they want to. Get. It starts off with something where they can just like not have to be able to shift on, and they may not have to. They may not have to. They could just ride it and be easy with it. It's not like a 5 gear or a 6 gear bike, right? Maybe with something with a transmission in it. Harley came out with those e-bikes. It was the E12 and the E16, and that was maybe about a year or two ago. And man, those bikes were going crazy. They were selling out like hotcakes. People were coming in picking them up for their kids. It was kind of like dirt bikes for Harley. I thought that was the coolest thing, right? So I think it was kind of like the more you pedal it, the faster it goes. So the e-bike was kind of a little thing. So maybe they're kind of trying to channel that energy towards the generation. You know what? Maybe I should invite some like teenagers on to the live and see what they think about Harley and maybe what bikes they like. You know, maybe we could try to start introducing Harley Davidson to the younger generation versus just talking about it, right? Like maybe that's an idea that we can come up with. But Big John, you are definitely right, brother. Harley definitely needs bikes within the 10 to 15,000, the 10 to 15,000 range. You know, more so closer to 10. You know, between that sweet spot between 7 and 11, that's kind of what brings people and gets them into the Harley lifestyle. And then they start upgrading their bike from there because as you go, your riding style changes and things change during that process, right? So, you know, like I said, man, I hope that they bring back certain motorcycles. I hope that they bring back, you know, my favorite three are I'll never let this go, right? I'll never let it go between the Road King, the 883, and the Deluxe. Man, these are some iconic motorcycles. Um, you know what bike I think that really can go? The freewheeler. The freewheeler. That is the three-wheel bike that's the trike that's kind of set up like a Road King with three wheels where it doesn't have a fairing in front of it. It doesn't, you could pop a windshield on it to take some of the wind off your chest. But the freewheeler is not a popular bike. They just came out with the Road Glide 3. You discontinue that. Let's see, Big John, what you say? That night train is pretty cool. I definitely want to see more cruisers, Softails in general from them. They definitely need to keep the Road King going. Hey, listen, John, man, me and you are on the same page, brother. You understand? I don't think they would ever bring back the night train, but what I think they would do it's just kind of like what they did with the Hydra Glide. The Hydra Glide was like a the not the Hydra Glide. Was it the Hydra Glide? Yeah, the Hydra Glide. They did that like a newer rendition of it. That's what they came out in 2023. The one that was the red line red and the birch white. I think it was birch white. That was part of the Icon collection for Harley. They did a reminiscence bike with the Highway King too. That was kind of like the old electric, God man, oh, I'm drawing a blank on this. The Highway King. It looks almost like the police bike with the Springer seat, and then they did that magenta color, and then they did the what was that? That hi-fi orange, I think it was the hi-fi orange with the birch white too. So they did those old school looking bikes, but the Icon series kind of pays homage to the older bikes. So if they came out with a night train in the Icon series, man, I think that would go berserk out there. I think people would buy that like crazy. So man, like I said, some of these bikes are iconic. Some of these bikes are renditions of it. They just came out. Part of the Icon collection was with that Tobacco Fade. Tobacco Fade? Yeah, Tobacco Fade. And they did kind of like a tribute. I think was that an Icon or Enthusiast? I think that was Icon too. Icon was the Tobacco Fade, where they came out with the paint scheme that was like the Stratocaster guitar. If you look on my page, I did a review on that one, and that was pretty cool too to see how Harley kind of paid tribute to country music and Harley all in together and kind of blended that little family, that little blend of family. Very niche market, but it still was a cool color as far as that Tobacco Fade was concerned. So, like I said, man, it's certain bikes that we love to see, man. Just so you guys know, I have just started a podcast called Talking Harleys. It premieres every Thursday night, 9 p.m. I hope you guys watch it. Me and my guy from Real Ron TV, it's Big Ron, I call him. He has a Pan America, and sometimes we have very different views on what Harley should be. But the good part is that that's what Harley is all about. It's kind of like on some Hatfield and McCoy type stuff, right? Let's see. Yeah, very cool color on that Lowrider ST. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. That was I think it was the Diablo you're talking about. That was the Diablo edition. That was 2022, if I'm not mistaken, the Diablo. And just so you know, the Diablo edition was a numbered series, and I think it went up to 1,200 or 1,500. One of them, it went up to some number like that. But whoever got the number 666 Diablo edition, like that number, the 666 one, whoever has that one right there is money in the bank. Oh my God, that is a really popular. People were looking for that number, and I think that bike would still hold value to this day. I don't really think that they would. Yeah, exactly, John. Hey, John, man, you ride out with me tonight, brother. I appreciate you, man. So, but yeah, man. So, like I said, those different style of bikes are definitely there. They're definitely there to help move along the tradition of Harley. But I really do think I am going to get some young kids up there. I'm gonna introduce them to Harley and kind of make it a thing. And we go around the store and try to introduce them to the culture and part of what it's like to be a Harley guy and be a biker and different things of that nature. And just understanding that the lifestyle is not all as bad as it seems. And there are good people out here that do good things. I remember, I'm going to tell you guys a funny story while I'm thinking about it. Many many moons ago, I used to be a waiter at Red Lobster. And every year during the Veterans Day, all of the bikers would come within like New York, Tennessee, West Virginia, North Carolina, Maryland, DC, Virginia, Pennsylvania. All of them would migrate to the memorial over there in DC, and that's where they had all of the fallen soldiers that were fallen from different military standpoints, and they would all come there. And I worked as a server at Red Lobster. And man, when I tell you, we used to be so excited to see those bikers come through because those bikers tip good. That was the first thing I remember about a biker. I was like 18, 19 years old. And man, all I remember is those guys, have a $20 check and leave $10. $20 check and leave $20. They was really we really liked the biker community at the when I worked those tables at Red Lobster. So it was really kind of cool, man. What do you guys have? Hey, Big John, man, I hope you're still with me. Let me see if you was with me. Anybody had any good experiences as a youngster with, being involved in the bike community? About 3 years ago, I did a big motorcycle ride in Miami called Bikes Up, Guns Down. And we were trying to promote to the kids to put those guns down because in Miami, man, children under 18 are carrying pistols and AKs and shotties, and they get real live out there. So we were promoting to them, hey man, put that gun down and let's go hop on this bike and we could ride all through the city, And so man, I had about maybe there had to be at least 50 kids on bikes. And they, down here, they don't ride no Harleys. They be on them dirt bikes and 125 cc's. And, they doing wheelies, but I basically had them under a controlled environment. We had an escort to take us through the city. And, we were safe and nobody did any wheelies, nobody speeding, but we were properly riding through the city. And if we educate our kids on how to actually ride motorcycles, I think it would benefit Harley because now that generation could go into it. Because I can't wait to the moment I sell somebody a bike, a father or a mother, and then they bring their child in to buy a bike from me. Like, man, that is going to be like the coolest feeling in the world, man. So, listen, man, I know I've been talking a lot tonight. I'm going to keep this live down to about 30 minutes, man. But I just wanted to, I really wanted to touch base with you guys. In closing, once again, we are having the podcast every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Okay, you'll be able to see the podcast broadcast from my live. You'll be able to watch it on Apple Music, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. It is called Talking Harleys. It is me and Real Ron TV. I am his co-host. He kind of moderates the podcast, and then I just kind of come on and give my little sizzle on what's going on in Harley. And we have all different type of topics going on in there, between Harley finance, from political standpoints and how that affects Harley, from warranties, talking about performance and parts, best tires to ride on your motorcycle, long distance stories. What else do we talk about on there? Anything dealing with Harleys, man. If you just want to come in the chat and ask some questions about Harley, maybe you want to know a value of your bike, or maybe you want to know, what a good trade-in is, or maybe you want to compare a Road King to a Breakout. I can do all of those different things for you. Like I'm kind of like a Hardy consigliere. I'm like, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. Hey, listen, man, but we all are having fun, all about bringing education to the Harley brand, and that's what we're talking about. So appreciate you guys staying up late with me tonight, man. Appreciate y'all subscribing to the channel. Thank y'all so much, man. Y'all have been a big blessing to me. I cannot stress it enough. Welcome to the Stoga side, man, and have a happy holiday. Peace out.